You're watching the Comcast Network. CN100, Chicago.
Coach Mischler over at Rolling Meadows does a really nice job. Their program historically has been good over a long period of time. We were kind of in the middle tier last year, and our goal was to try to take that jump up and be at the top 3 of the conference with both Rolling Meadows and Hershey. And I think we've done a really good job of putting ourselves in that position.
I think our guys realize how good Prospect is. When they hired Dan from Johnsburg, he had a lot of success there, and he's a very cerebral guy, and he's a really good coach. They're very similar to us, I feel like, in kind of the way they play and their philosophies.
The things we always talk about is controlling the things that we can control. So that's our attitude, our effort, and kind of how we attack the day. We're really focused on the process, not so much, hey, are we going to win or lose the game, but just focusing on being where our feet are and taking care of each day, one day at a time.
We need to step up to the challenge there and make sure we match the physicality. I think a lot of it's going to come down to playmakers making plays. It's a blessing to be in this situation where you're playing in big games that mean things, and I'm looking forward to it just from an enjoyment level. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
We welcome you to Mount Prospect for a Week 7 matchup in the Mid-Suburban League East as the undefeated Mustangs of Rolling Meadows battle the 5-1 Prospect Knights. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, as we welcome you inside George Gaddis Memorial Stadium alongside the Hall of Famer Jack McInerney. My name is Mark Kruger. We're glad you're with us for the CN100 Game of the Week. Cameron Smith is roaming the sidelines. We'll check in with him in just a couple of moments. But Jack, let's first talk about this Rolling Meadows ball club. 6-0, they punched their ticket to the playoffs last week with a win over Elk Grove. 9th consecutive season that Rolling Meadows has made the postseason, averaging 38 points per game, but this probably the biggest test of the season for Meadows.
Well, there's no doubt about that. They've played actually only one team with a winning record thus far, and that was Deerfield, and they got by them by a couple of touchdowns, but they haven't really played anybody. So this will be a real test for them, there's no doubt about it, but they put a lot of points on the board. They play decent defense, but it's, again, hard to tell when sometimes you look at the competitive record of the foes that they've played. I suspect this could be a very high-scoring game. We'll have to see.
If you blink an eye, you might miss a couple of plays by the Prospect Knights. It's a no-huddle, high-octane offense averaging 40 points per game. They're coming off of their lone loss last week against Hershey, hoping to rebound tonight.
Well, they really do have a high-powered offense, and actually 2 of the players last week had over 400 yards between the 2 of them. So that kind of gives you an idea of the potency of this offense, and they do spread it around. They throw for about 250 yards a ball game, so it's going to be a wide-open game. Will the wind have any effect? It could be a factor.
Wiles is in the slot. Schiller looking to the far side into the corner, and it's bobbled, but he recovered and he got it. That's Sobkowitz. 29-yard touchdown pass from Schiller to Daniel Sobkowitz. What a catch.
What great concentration right there, but it was an excellent throw right there because he just put it up and let Schiller run on it, Schiller put it up. You can see the defensive back's about a step off, but what great concentration right there.
Second and 7 from the 45. Schiller rolls out here, the near side, throws off balance. This one is going to be picked off. It's Ryan Traviola with the pick, the senior corner. So the Knights get a turnover.
Again, not a real good play right here by Carson Schiller. I mean, he just throws the ball right into the linebacker. And
Traviola, he was thinking of pitching it too, it looked like. he was going to pitch it there to Wes Newman. The Knights 0 for 3 on third down conversions tonight. They face a 3rd and 7 here. Moeller steps up and he's going to get sacked. 3rd sack of the night for this Mustang defense. It looked like it was Matt Wallace again with his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, here Moeller tries to step up into the pocket, and the pressure comes from the outside right here. And again, as we mentioned, sometimes you're better run blockers than you are pass blockers.
Well, Matt Wallace defensively has been all over the field for Rolling Meadows tonight. 2nd down, call it 6. Oseni, and we've seen this play, the end around. This time he cuts it back inside, breaks a couple tackles, spins. Forget it, he's going to go all the way. No one's going to catch him inside the 20. and he is gone. A 72-yard run by Nife Oseni, his 4th touchdown of the season.
And that could be a backbreaker right there. Longest touchdown of the year for the Mustangs of Rolling Meadows, but that was certainly a combination of just very poor tackling.
Yeah.
And just a good effort on his part by keeping his legs going and keeping the momentum going.
Moeller to the far side this time. Pass is complete. He's got some room, and this is Marks, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 44-yard screen pass to Noah Marks. Marks just sprinting down the far sideline for the touchdown.
Good job blocking for him. They've run that play several times, and it hasn't done as obviously as well as that particular play. Watch the top of your screen and see the kickout block right there. And he goes outside the kickout block, which kind of threw off the defender somewhat, but shows good speed down the sideline, get into the end zone, and this maybe could rejuvenate the offense for prospects.
To view this Xfinity program in its entirety, visit CN100.tv for a list of airtimes, or view this program anytime on demand by selecting Get Local and choosing Game of the Week. For Xfinity X1 customers, scroll over to Xfinity Services and select Get Local, or simply say Get Local into your voice remote.